Welcome back, folks. So the 9.17.1 Super Test Server patch notes is out. And yep, RIP E5 and Grille 15. Especially the E5. The Grille 15 doesn't need a nerf. I mean, love-hate relationship with the Grille, but why your nerf? I mean, it's popular, I guess, but the E5 was just OP. So it flew close to the sun, it get burned and gets nerfed. Of course, but the Grille 15? Nah. So here you can see the stats of the E5 and the Grille 15. So these are pretty popular tier 10 vehicles. But don't nerf the IA7. It doesn't... it's mediocre, but it's IA7. You already nerfed the crap out of it. Or the Object 140, even though it doesn't need one. So today we'll talk about all the stuff they listed on the Super Test Server patch notes page. And I'll talk about the stuff they did not go into detail about, like the Mammut, the Mäuschen, and the other buffs that are hidden inside the Super Test Server leaked-ish info page, I guess. So let's take a quick look at the actual stuff they talked about. Then we'll talk about the stuff they did not talk about. So here is the North American page on the Super Test Server patch notes. So it's jam-packed with experience sharpening... Don't care. So there are changes to the German Super Heavies, both tech trees into new one. So 3 Super Heavy branches now. So that's pretty cool. So if you like German Super Heavy tanks, you get the the slap in the face, the VK7201K as a normal tank now. So I don't know how they're going to do it, but it's going to piss off a lot of players with the Clan Wars reward vehicle. So there's going to be 3 branches. One's leading to the E75, into the E100 from the Tiger 2, yep. One's into the Mammut, then into the Mäuschen, the Mäuschen, then into the Mouse. And if you already have the VK4502B OSP, the P OSP into the reimagined, I guess. I mean, it's the same vehicle. They just changed some stuff around. So the 7201K. So to make over blah 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 blah. Alright, so what about the piss off part? The 72 also oh, you get a unique camo and equipment loadout. So big FU to the Clan Wars players. I'm sorry, attitude adjustment. But yeah, oh my god. Ba-ba-da-ba. So hopefully you can get a reuse or a new vehicle by switching your VK7201K from Clan Wars and getting the Object 907 or the M60 pan. But that's a big FU. That's a real big FU. Resembles the VK7201K a lot. So big FU. So I'll talk about the Mäuschen and the Mammut coming right up. But they did not get the stats into this page. So the E5 gets nerfed. So the cupola, too good. So I mean, let's take a look at the cupola just to be sure. Here's the Mammut, but we'll skip it for now. So let's take a look at the E5. The E5 cupola is 229mm sloped. So effectively it's 260 to 280 to auto bounce. So they probably will nerf this to around 200mm, I guess, which will give about 240-ish, 230-ish millimeters effective. So it's still pretty decent, but you still have to wiggle your turret now. Also, they mentioned like the armor protection of the sides behind the roller wheels decrease from... So this plate? Yep, this plate. So this is the roller... Well, it's the drive wheel. So they nerfing this armor from 254 to 76, the 3 inches. So that sucks. But you're not supposed to get hit right here. If you are, you're playing this tank wrong. Because you're getting permatracked. And you don't want to get permatracked. So 76 is standard. Like the... Ooh. That's 76. But, yeah. The E5 is just too good of a vehicle. It's supposed to get nerfed. Oh well. The Grille 15, engine power reduced by 50. So, sucks. Reverse speed get reduced by 5 kilometers per hour. Sucks. Reload time, that's a big one. Increased by 1.5 seconds, which is bullshit because the ISU could reload practically the same gun at about 15 seconds. What the frick? That's bullcrap. And gun depression angles nerfed by 1 degree. And the shell velocity is slowed. I mean, I have problems with the Grille 15 for sure. It has pretty much just as garbage camo as the original Waffen trigger off E100, but this thing doesn't have the fully traversable turret, so it's kind of annoying, and it gets somewhat of the same dispersion I feel when I'm shooting the Waffen trigger Panzer IV or when I'm shooting the Rumtel Borsig, and it's missing even with the 0.27 accuracy or 0.3, but still, what the frick? So it's a love-hate relationship, but they're nerfing it because, I mean, the reload is not that good when you think about it. It's only 14.8, which is basically the same as the ISC 152 at tier 8, but this is a tier 10 vehicle. You're nerfing the reload. The camo sucks too. I mean, the only thing it has going for it is the speed. So, freaking stapler. Oh well. I mean, oh well, just disappointment. So the T-34-85M is getting buffed. The standard penetration of the shell is 120 something, if I remember correctly. So they're buffing the penetration of the gun. So we'll go back to the Russians, the T-34-85M. So it's going to be one of the rewards for tank rewards on the North American server if you play like 45 days or something, but it's going to be free. If not, you can buy this for about 4,000 gold. The standard shell penetration currently is 126, so this is basically the jumbo, if I remember correctly, of the T-34-85s. So they're buffing this stuff with better penetration, so to 144, so that's great for this gun. View range increased, dispersion buffed, so that's great. Accuracy, oh my god, 0.42? Holy crap, that's pretty crappy accuracy. Alright, that's good. So they're buffing the accuracy a lot to 0.35 with 100% crew. Aim time decrease, that's good, so it's worthwhile now. How many crew does it have? 5-man crew? 5-man crew. So, pretty fair. I mean, doesn't work with the radio operator because high tier Russian mediums don't have radio operators, and your female crews doesn't have the Sisterhood of Steel working because the radio operator. So Centurions are getting buffed. Top speed from 40 kilometers per hour to 50. Yay! I mean, I love the Centurions, so this is amazing. Reload time buffed. Amazing! Reload time for the 105 buffed. Yay! Freaking awesome. I love it. Nobody plays it though. I play it. And the FE4202 buffed. Yes! Awesome. So, those are the buff. But I'll talk about the actual in-game buffs to the E100, the mouse, and the Type 4 and Type 5 coming right up. So, damage log, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, vehicle comparison, don't really care. Tweaks to simple technical characteristics. Sure thing, whatever. It's not about tanks, I don't really care about it. So, defeat. Okay, so if you play Strongholds, here are some stuff, but I don't play it, so I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I have no clue, no opinion on it, but at least there are changes, so that's good. Sounds and reworked minimaps. They forgot to put the minimaps, so copy and paste is super hard. So they have this thing, which is, I translate the whole thing right here, but combat room, as in raids, and the offensive will be open to foreign players. So, like the Legionnaires, I believe. I don't know. That's a good term, but there are a few new maps, mini-maps of Pokrovka, of... what the hell is this map? Oh, the Hidden Village, or I don't remember the name. And what the hell is this map? That looks like a Red Alert map to me. I have no idea. Secret Valley. Oh, there we go. Secret Valley and Tank Training Ground. Oh, that's the training tutorial map. You're kidding. That's getting a new one? You're spending time on... Alright, so for sure, that's all the stuff they listed. But here are some the hidden stuff, I guess. So here is the VK101P Mammut into the Mäuschen. And you have the new 7201K. The Type 4, Type 5 are getting buffed. And I don't know the speed buff for the T95 and T28s, but it shouldn't be that much. It should be about, I say 15 kilometers per hour. I mean 20. But I mean historically, these vehicles are super slow, like about 13 kilometers per hour. So I doubt they will receive like 40 kilometers per hour, but it's not tremendous, I believe. So here's the stuff they did not tell you about on the Super Test server. So we'll flip to the notes. So here's the Type 4 and Type 5. I'll put up the picture. So here is the Type 4 heavy tank. They buffed the armor. I talked about this in October of last year, but should be happening, I presume, still. So the frontal armor is getting buffed. Here is 262, 275, and they buffed it to about 272 by 10 millimeters at the front. And yeah, screw your gold ammo. If you're committed to using gold, you better use all your gold. I love it. Buff the Japanese heavy tanks because nobody plays them. At high tier, obviously. Here's the Type 5. So as you can see, it's more uniform. So they buff the support for the road wheels and the cheeks. So it's more uniform and more thick, presumably. So that's great. Side armor is getting buffed. So 140 to 160. So that's basically the armor buffs for the Japanese heavy tanks. And as you can see right here, they're getting a new gun, 152.4 millimeter, which only fires high explosive. So the normal shell has 1000 alpha, but has only 40 millimeters of pen. So this reloads, I have no idea how long, but it's a large gun. So if you penetrate something like the Waffenträgers, you'll deal 1000 alpha. The gold ammo, I presume, is even more damage, 1300 alpha. So it's basically like the head shell, but without the penetration of the FE215B183. So it's a troll gun, but you're getting the armor buff with the troll gun. And the Type 4 is getting the weight reduced, I believe. So it's a little bit more fast. Nah, it's not that fast, but it's a little bit better at mobility. So basically you're playing as a bunker that shoots high explosive. And they must use gold to kill you, because their high explosive does nothing. Your high explosive does pretty much a lot of damage, even if it doesn't penetrate. So it's like 400 damage. You knock out their gun, their tracks, their engine, their crew member, and they cannot penetrate you without using gold. I love it. So the VK7201K is getting buffed. So the current version is getting the AP shell penetration of the derpy gun, the derpy 150 buff from 235 to 246. So let's go to the VK. So I'm still, pissed that a lot of players already got this vehicle from Clan Wars, and they're getting a normal tank version of this vehicle. So that's not fair, right? Obviously. So hopefully the players who already have this vehicle gets the chance to return this vehicle for a new one, like the M60 Pan, the Object, or if you already got all of them, they get something more, like some gold compensation, because that sucks. But here's the VK. So it has the E100's Derpy 150. So you know this gun, lack of penetration, but they're buffing the pen to 246. So that's great. They're buffing the DPM from 2100 something to 2400 something, almost 2400. So that's great. Reload is also buffed, obviously. Aim time is buffed. Dispersion is buffed. So great. They're buffing the armor, but I'll talk about all the armor stuff with the leaked videos coming right up after this video. So individual leaked videos about these vehicles. So they're buffing the armor, they're increasing the rounds from 24 to 35 and buffing the camo. The E100 gets a similar buff of the gun, so more penetration for the good old Fat Man E100 with 150. So yeah, one of the biggest gripes about this vehicle is everybody just use high explosive anti-tank, which is not fun. I mean, I play this vehicle with AP. Sometimes I fire high explosive because I don't want to use gold against stuff like the T-34s. I mean, there are vehicles you could penetrate with AP shell, or normal shells, but you just don't want to aim. And the accuracy is 0.38 with 2.8 seconds of aim time. So, yeah. But increased penetration, pretty good. They're buffing the mouse, of course. So, a lot more DPM. Amazing more DPM. 2000 to 2500. That's medium tank DPM now. So, wow, that's pretty good. Reloads every 10 seconds with a gun rammer and vents. So that's basically Yak Tiger 128. But the penetration is mostly the same. Yeah, it's still fine. Accuracy got buffed, aim time buffed, dispersion buffed, camo buffed, and there are a few fixes to the collision models. So that's basically 9.17.1. You're getting a new tech line, quote unquote, half a tech line or a quarter of a tech line with the German super heavy tanks. If you're playing super heavy tanks, they're getting buffs, so that's pretty good. E5 gets nerfed, so that's a big slap in the face, but the E5 flew too close to the sun for a long time, and it was amazing. So it's expected, but this thing, the stapler, why can't I love you? I mean, I want to love it, but everybody craps on the stapler and it's not that great. I mean, you would expect the accuracy, the aim time will be amazing. Doesn't feel like it. Never felt like the crazy aim time. Like when you play the E50, that feels amazing. The accuracy, the aim time feels amazing. But when you're playing the Grille 15, it might be some of the dispersion, it might be some of the hidden stats. So like the, oh my god, dispersion. So why you're nerfing this vehicle? And the DPM is not that great for a tank destroyer. It reloads the same as the ISU 152. So look at the ISU 152. It's pretty close. Reload wise, it's pretty close. So you cannot fit a vent, whereas you can put a vent onto the ISU to increase the reload time. So yeah, there you go, folks. The Grille 15. I want to love it, but they're nerfing the crap out of it, and the dispersion did not get buffed, so it's still pretty crappy dispersion with even crappier reload now. So well, play heavy tanks, so go smash face. And I would love to see how the 152.4mm high explosive would work, because that penetration is garbage. But if this thing reloads like every 20 seconds or 17 seconds, like the E100, hilarious. Yeah, just use gold shell. I would happily use gold shell with the high explosive just to piss people off. You cannot penetrate this thing without using gold, so it's forcing you to use gold shell while it's annoying the crap out of you. So it's basically like playing artillery, except artillery that wants you to use gold on it. So using more money to kill it. Such a troll tank. I love it. So there you go, folks. 9.17.1. Hopefully they don't buff or they don't nerf the Grille 15 as much, and they buff the Centurions and the FE4202 and the T34E5M. So I don't know. It's a trade-off. I do play a lot of tanks, and I do feel the E5 does deserve a nerf, but not the Grille 15. At least buff the dispersion, please. So that's 9.17.1 in a nutshell. But I'll cover the Mammut in detail as well as the Mäuschen before the actual test server. So I'll try to do all the slides and the PowerPoints coming right up, hopefully. But thank you guys for watching this video. hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys next time. Peace.